Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming. Nice to see you again. I'm back from San Jose, back here, and hopefully we can cultivate together and become enlightened in the next few weeks. How's that? Booyah! How's everyone? Looks like you all seem to have recovered from the flu that's going around, except for our Sanghans who are still sick like dogs. No? They're saying that even China is very sick from the lockdown. Lots of people. The hospitals are overwhelmed. How are things in the K-land? Are you guys sick with the flu? Any problems with the flu at all? No? Oh. You sick with the flu here. So the flu does not exist in Korea. Never mind. Okay, we were worried that there's a new dangerous strand, but the immunologists are saying that it's because of the lockdown. We don't have immunity to the flu virus, so it would take us some time to be sick, and so that we can build up our immune system again. Okay, anyone has any questions or comments? You know, as we are sheltered here from reality, the world is in big trouble. The flu, and then there's Israeli-Hamas conflict, and then there is, of course, our friend Putin, and then who is in trouble. Wait, it doesn't sound right. Okay. If you have no questions, we can go into masteryonghhua's instructions. Yes, 7.
Thank you, Master. I sense that you're not feeling 100%. I really appreciate you lecturing tonight.
That's not a problem. I'd rather be somewhere else, but just like you, I have to work.
Sending you big support. Thank you so much. I thought I had, knowing how sick my wife got and many people here got through the holiday, is there something that we can do? Like, can we dedicate, our temporary plaques or something like that to, I don't know if it would be a sickness ghost or who it would be, to help pay them off, because it's like super annoying when everybody gets sick.
I was sick too temporarily as well, because it goes around. This virus here attacked me a few times as well as they attacked our Sanghans and everyone else here. And the difference between me and you is that I cannot afford to be sick. If I'm sick and there's no more Chanchi instructional talks, what I'm doing is spending time to relate to you the certain teaching that my master never gave his followers. So we're doing something that is new, and hopefully train you so that one day you'll be able to do it yourselves. Okay? And so I cannot afford to be sick. And therefore, even though the virus entered my body, I realized it immediately, and I shut down, and I become a death trap. I kill them. You come to my house, I have the right to kill you, to defend myself. So you see, in a way, it's helping me build my immune system. It was attacked about 4 times. Thank you very much. 감사합니다. Okay, and to me, it's a drill for my body, and I learned from it. I learned that you rise to the occasion. I know part of it is my fault because I allowed this to proliferate in my temple. That's my fault. Hoping to be able to watch what my sanghas would be able to do, what they do to counter the external threats to our work. This is important work for us. And so, yes, it's my fault that it's multiplying this quickly and it's undampened. But there's always plus and minuses in everything. You get sick, but your body gets stronger. You're not dead. None of you is dead. That's not going to happen. Okay? And we learn from it. Cultivation, when you cultivate, I said this recently, when you cultivate, expect trouble. If you cultivate and everything is so smooth, there's no struggle, there's no difficulties, no boredom, there's no challenges, then what's going to happen? You will not improve that quickly. This is the difference between Hinayana and Mahayana training. The Hinayana training is what they do is they isolate themselves or they retreat into deserted areas. Okay? And that's very conducive for you to attain fourth-stage arhats. Okay? It's a well-proven recipe that worked for them since the Buddha came, since Buddhism spread to Southeast Asia in a Pali text, where the Pali texts were transmitted. Thailand, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Vietnam, and so forth. And so it worked very well and has a track record, so they have a lot of adherence to this practice. But in Mahayana, we don't practice like that because we know from our prior training, our patriarchs went through the same training themselves, and they found that they went to a dead end because once you come back to civilization, okay, and try to help your parents, try to help your wife, try to help your children, try to help your ancestors, try to help the people you owe to. You can't because you cannot handle the afflictions that come from being with others. The biggest source of your lessons is the afflictions that others cause in you. And we in Mahayana know that. That's why we have something called Great Assembly Dharma, cultivation, where we get together and we get afflicted by left and right by everyone else. And you have a choice. You can withdraw, run away and say, oh, this is too much for me. That's fine. Okay? But if you find a way to hang in there, you grow so fast. You improve so fast. You become so strong. You become so healthier. All the great benefits that our forebears, our ancestors, our patriarchs have instituted in our training regiment. And so in Mahayana, okay, we know that you improve, you change, not because of some kind of haphazard thing or through refinement, like the natural law of selection where the species adapted to the environment. That's just too long. We don't have the kind of time in our hands. We're all decaying, we're dying so quickly. The world is becoming Russian. Okay? or Chinese. We don't know yet. It's one of the two. And so you don't have that kind of time to wait. So we have to have a special process to speed up your training, to speed up your unfolding your wisdom so that you can be better off. Okay? And the way to do that is to put you under stress. Stress from others, stress from getting infected by others, the stress from your gentle master, and so forth. Okay? All those, okay, are designed to do. I'm revealing a secret for you right now. Are designed to do. This is only in Mahayana. This is why the Chinese and Mahayana people are taught to seek a good no advisor, because the good no advisor's role is to help you improve. Okay? Yeah. It's artificial intelligence. I mean, artificial intervention. Also AI. Folks, you improve because you need to improve. You cannot improve by some kind of intellectual reasoning or wishful thinking. You improve because you must. Your body becomes stronger because it needs to learn to defend itself from the attacks. If not, it will not get stronger. It has no need to get stronger. You improve, you open the wisdom because you fail. And therefore, you have to be wiser so that you no longer fail. That's our secret. And this is how I was trained by my master. It's not for the faint of hearts, not for weaklings who need to hide, behind the four walls to meditate or run away from the world. No. That's our lineage. This is our advanced Weiyang training, not low-level Weiyang training, folks. This is how I was trained. And that's why I'm so mean. I mean, I'm not normal. Okay? You're traumatized for life after you go through this. Either you become the devil or you become super nice. Okay? Got that? This is our secret. And I'm telling you that to encourage these losers here who are getting sick. Okay? You have to learn to fight. You don't allow them to proliferate. As soon as you come in, kill them. I mean, nicely. You allow them to proliferate. It's your fault. It's not their fault. They're just doing their jobs. Because look at you. When you're sick, what can you do? You're punching back. That's all you are. You're useless. Remember this. Next year, I expect you not to be sick for more than 3 hours. Okay? If they come attack you, okay, kill them. And they come again, kill them. Come and kill them. So what? What's the big deal? Become stronger and faster, much better elite killers. Okay, going back to being nice again. JMT has a question.
Hassan has a question. Suppose a person who attained fruition and someone else who doesn't attain fruition did a same mistake, and then the retribution of that mistake would be same or different?
I love these types of questions, which I don't know how to answer. Take two real people. Don't give me two hypothetical questions like, take like a Christian sister here, okay, versus who has a fruition and someone who has no fruition. Let me see who has no fruition. Okay, get some real thing. I'm not gonna answer hypothetical question and then you ask, what if and what if and what if? That's nonsense. Give me a real thing, okay? Give me, this is my name. I'm so-and-so. My neighbor so-and-so. We both committed the same offenses. Is it the same retribution for us? Okay, then I answer you. I don't answer hypothetical questions. That's for the professors and the Dharma masters who are scholars to do. I'm here to train you, to help you become warriors and saviors of the world. Okay? We're busy. You're too busy to worry about these intellectual discussions. I have zero interest in that. Sorry. Okay? Be more specific. I'll be glad to answer you. Korean YouTube.
네, 맹성희님 질문입니다. This question is came from 맹성희. She asked, "Thank you, Master. On July 8th, in this year, during the Dharma talk, you talked about a family struggling with severe depression. Although you had successfully driven away the spirit of depression, you mentioned that it might return stronger, causing distress to the family once again. You advised settling the debt. I'm curious about even they don't know what they make, which obstruction, but how can we repay it? I'm interested in learning the method to settle this kind of debt.
I don't know whether it's from the Asians or the Westerners, but I heard somewhere, maybe in a movie, a line. It says, what does not kill you will make you stronger. Anyone remembers that source, the source of that quote? Along that line, what if it doesn't kill you, it will make you stronger. That's extremely wise. Okay. And therefore, if you're struggling with it, let's say mental illnesses, okay, if you learn to deal with it, okay, you survive one wave attack of depression, let's say. It seems like a lot of people have depression nowadays. It's so infectious, a lot more than you folks realize. A lot more than the medical experts are able to measure, to study. Because it's much stronger, much smarter than the medical researchers. They have more medical researchers don't have enough information to be able to have a big picture. So they are groping in the dark, and it will take them forever. They will never be able to figure it out the way they're going right now. But anyway, so if let's say you have a mental illness such as a depression, okay? If you survive one wave of depression attack, okay, and you get out, you become stronger. The next wave comes, you become stronger and stronger and stronger. All right, so the trick is to survive. Find a way to survive, okay? I know, and also a common theme this week is that people have been complaining to me. They say, I have this problem, how can I make it disappear? And this is why I'm telling you this. If you endure the problem, you become stronger, okay? So don't be afraid of difficulties, of challenges, because it makes you a better person and stronger person, first of all. But there are special cases. For example, if you're ill, you're sick, and you can't function anymore, then you should take some medication. That, for example, get some relief from acupuncture, from herbs, herbal medicine, from meds and so forth, so that you're able to function and able to fight for yourself, okay? So don't be intransigent where you say, I'm gonna fight my own. No, you have to be smart. You have to know, you should know your limitations, okay? But if you're able to fight and you're able to survive, you become stronger. No two ways about it. Yeah, but don't get complacent and feel that you can handle it. In mental illness, is that kind of special case, which is much more dangerous, is that they crank up the attack on you very quickly, a lot faster than physical illness like cancer, for example. Okay, in mental illnesses, they come in waves and they attack you from different angles, and therefore you should never feel that you got it under control. Because if you have depression, for example, and it's really immobilizes you, you can't function anymore, that's when you should get help. Okay? Don't be stupid. We all have limitations. But you get help so that you get stronger. Okay? And finally, the question is, how can I cope better? And you cope better basically by increasing a dosage, increasing your blessings. Okay? You go to see a doctor. The doctor prescribes you some medication, and he comes back for a checkup and says, okay, let's increase this by 20 milligrams. Okay? Let's see what happens, and so forth. So it's a adjustment process. Okay? Don't expect your problem to go away. Embrace the problems, embrace the challenges you have, because they make you better and make a better person. Don't be afraid. Have no fear. And believe that when you come here and cultivate, we're watching over you. So that it doesn't get out of control. As soon as it's overwhelming for you, we step in. We give you a chance to fight first. I have a girl in Korea who has severe depression. Okay? We let her fight with it by herself first. And then when she really can't handle it anymore, we stepped in and helped her. And that makes her stronger as well. She became stronger. You can tell by the voice. We are fearless. Bring it on. Yes, go for us.
Master, how can you nuke the virus when it enters your body? How can you do it?
How can I what?
Nuke the virus.
Nuke the virus?
Basically, how you kill it when it enters your body. How you do it, I don't know.
I just killed it. How do I kill? How do you kill a pig? You take a hammer. I saw it in a farm already.
But virus is so tiny.
Ugly,
I don't know
let
how
me tell
to do
you.
it.
It makes you like, I don't like eating pork anymore. Have you ever seen someone kill a piglet? It's disgusting. Let me tell you. You just kill it. I don't know. I don't understand the question. The point is, you use the different tools at your disposal. That's why we give you so many tools for you to practice. You try one tool, doesn't work, and then you use a hammer. You say, "Oh, that's too slow." You take a gun, you take a knife. You have so many tools. Why do you ask? And of course, my tools are different from yours. My arms are stronger than yours. I lift at least 50 pounds. Oh, by the way, anyone has $100? Huh? Okay. Okay, anyone else? Did I answer your question? Okay, 7.
Master, I wanted to ask you, from the practice side, I was doing like the chanting the mantra for calming my mind. I think it gets really boring after some time now, and I don't want to make it more boring, and then I just give up the practice. So I switched to just observing the breath. Is it okay to change the practice in the? How does this process work? Can we do that?
You can do anything to keep going. Okay? You can go search YouTube as well. It doesn't matter. Okay? You're bored because you think too much and your mind needs to feel productive. That's your problem. You need to feel challenged. You need to find a meaning in what you do. Okay? So you don't see any real benefits. Therein lies your limitation. You only believe in your mind. And that's self-limitation. Whatever your mind can conceive of, then you believe. If your mind cannot conceive of, you won't believe. Therefore, your world, sir, all due respect, this much that your mind can see. And yes, you do well in your world. You're a master in your world, but you cannot do well outside of that. In Buddhism, we call it Hinayana, because you only believe your mind. And you listen to a few, you attended a few of the Avatamsaka Sutra lectures. We're teaching you about going outside of your imagination. Even you can't even imagine it, let alone understand it. Okay? And these are supported by these great beings who manifested as Buddhas, as Bodhisattvas in the flesh. Shakman Buddha came to your country, not mine. Okay? And then Bodhisattva came to China in the flesh, in the form of Master Shenhua and so forth. We have these physical evidences of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas manifesting and teaching us and giving us all this guidance and special wisdom, and not for the sake of impressing us. Okay? That's what I'm disappointed about my generation. We try to impress you too much. You should impress yourself. That's what Buddhism is about. It's not about us impressing you. You can be so much more, so much bigger, so much more fantastic, sublime, if you would just stop limiting yourself. So yes, it's a journey. I was bored of my mind too. I'm speaking from experience, sir. I was bored of my mind. And look at those people. You are such yellow-faced losers. And you training me. I was so wrong. Okay? So whatever it takes for you personally, okay, be aware that the fact that there are lots of things that you need to relax. As long as you're here, indulge yourself. If you're bored, okay, find something else to keep yourself busy, okay? But don't quit, follow the schedule, okay? Whatever it takes for you to keep up with the schedule, you do that, you see that how your mind unfolds and will stop imposing its control over you, over your life. And that mind here is called ego. And this process here, it has proven to do wonders, to destroy that ego, so that you find your true self, your real self, that happy self, that almighty self. That's even mightier what happened to Daniel Carrasco than God or Jesus. It's about you. So yes, whatever it takes to survive, okay? That's all. And you see, if you don't quit, I'm telling you very simple. You have these events here, it's not supposed to make sense to you, okay? If it makes sense to you, then it's no use to you. It makes sense to your ego, then we cannot overcome your ego. Okay? And if you hang in there and don't quit, you keep on quitting, okay, fine, quit, and come back. Next time, last a bit longer, a little bit longer, a little bit longer. That's what it takes. It's not gonna, you won't succeed on first try. Okay? But try to last longer next time, and next time, and next time. And one day you say, oh wow, this is why. I can't tell you, because I were to tell you, your ego would twist it around. And I have to come up with another way to do it. Okay? You're welcome. Anyone else? I don't know how to tell you this. Master Shenhua was and is the only man I met as a Buddhist monk, as a teacher, who would tell us exactly what to do to free ourselves from our ego. Everyone else talks about this and that, theories, because you can do this, you can do that, but they only talk about theories. They don't know what exactly to do, the steps, the process to do. And he trained so many people as well already. It's an incredible gift that the Chinese let go. The Chinese didn't appreciate it. That's why he had to bring it to the United States. He tried to bring it to Australia, and Australia didn't appreciate it, so he ran away and he came to the US. Unless we appreciate it by practicing it and produce results from it, okay? It's not going to be here. It's up to us. Anyone else? Okay. Yes, sir. 7.
Thank you, Master. What results can my generation produce to help keep Mahayana here in America?
Your generation needs to become Dharma vessels. The Dharma has to exist at all levels. Dharma has to be real. It's not something like you're only a supreme ruler of the world, a president, an emperor, and so forth. The Dharma exists from the highest level to the lowest level. Okay? And it's evidenced by the fact that all these bodhisattvas would manifest themselves at all echelons of society to help us. And you don't need to be a bodhisattva to do that. You can do that by being a good person, by applying what you learn here. And you'll be better off. You'll be happier. You'll be able to get along better with your mother, with your fiancé, with your neighbor. Okay? All this. And ultimately, it's just a lot of talk. Okay? But ultimately, the wisdom has to be transmitted to the next generation, meaning that you have to become enlightened. Without enlightened people, the demons will take over the world and will put an end to it. The reason that it's not that bad yet is because we can still beat them back. We still have pockets of resistance, if you will. Okay? Where people can find these places where they're safe and they can practice and they get some help in their spiritual practice. They can grow stronger, and then they can come back to their homes and their families, and then help the families when they need to. They come back, okay, and get stronger, okay, and come back. It's an iterative process, okay. But it's very clear what we need to do is to help you become enlightened, okay. It's upon our shoulders to help you. As is the case with my master. My master has spent his entire life helping people, okay, and trained a lot of us. And one day, Mahayana, in the future generations, there will be some visionary people, like was the case in China, Buddhism was in China for a long, long time until there were visionary emperors, Chinese emperors, who saw it as a true asset to the country, okay? And they helped propagate Buddhism because for selfish reasons, they felt that would help them rule over the country better, okay? But it takes visionary people like that to make it available to a greater number of people. And here in the U.S., we no longer have emperors, and presidents are basically slaves to money, special interests, okay? That's how it is. That's our system. It works still not bad. It would need to have visionaries, visionary people who will act like the Chinese emperors of old, who would invest, okay, in propagating and training people. And the country would thrive. The country would thrive because of the quality and the wisdom of its people, not by taking or stealing things that don't belong to us. There's no wisdom there. By invading other countries and killing others, that's bad karma you're creating. There's no wisdom there. Okay? We create, we contribute, we do better. Okay? Yes, 3.
Thank you, Master. How do we attract visionary people?
Why should we? It's too much work. Aren't we happy together? Huh? Don't we have enough? I feel we have enough. You are just so nice. I drove back today and walked in the lunch hall. I saw, oh, so nice to see these happy faces. You know, if the room has 200 people, I say, who are you again? Oh, thank you. I say, sir, thank you for coming. Here's my business card. Huh? Don't we have enough? Actually, it's a good question. This is why my approach is that I want you to build a relationship with our Sangha, okay? I remember I saw somewhere, I read somewhere about mega church. When I first started, I was intrigued. I said, how do I have a mega church? What would make a mega church work? And the one thing that stuck in my mind, correct me if I'm wrong, is that they said that even though it's a lot of people, big place, but the people gyrate towards smaller groups where they help each other. So it's a mega church is an amalgamation of a lot of small groups. That's why we have, Sangha, half of the table speaks Korean, the other half, okay? And so I'm telling you that because in the future, you need to have small pockets. I need people to take care. That's why my idea is to have the Koreans teach the Koreans, the Vietnamese teach the Vietnamese. Never mind. Chinese teach Chinese and so forth. Okay? And so on and so on. Okay? It's about relationships. Because our jobs is to take care of you. That's how we improve ourselves. There's one level where you need to improve, okay? To open your wisdom and so forth, become enlightened and so forth. Next level, okay, that Master Shihua did not teach them, is how to become a teacher. That's when you improve. If you don't become a teacher, you cannot improve. Warning to you. If you're low-level enlightenment, you don't need to be a teacher. But when you reach higher level enlightenment, you have to be a teacher. You can no longer hide behind the four walls. You have to engage with people. All right. Any other questions? Yes, 7.
Thank you, Master. We have a YouTube question. And I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to our YouTube audience joining us this evening on our road to 3,108 subscribers. We're currently at 3,107 for reference. We want to make achievable goals.
He just won't quit.
Samson Lau has a question. Samson asks, if this is the case, why are some of the largest countries built on Christianity and not Buddhism, like the United States and the EU?
It's a good thing it's built on Catholicism because it's a good religion. They're good guys. There's nothing wrong with it. Whether it's Catholicism, Mormonism, or Islam, or Taoism, or Hinduism, whatever. If they teach their people to do good, it's Buddhism. See? It's based on a premise of cause and effect. You do good, good things will happen to you and to the world. You do bad, bad things happen to you and the world. It's that simple. You call it whatever you want to call it. You call yourself, I'm Fa Lun Gong, whatever, but I don't care what you call yourself. What happened to Chinese people? Oh, it's not here. It's in San Jose. Okay? As long as you teach your followers to do good, that's Buddhism. Doesn't matter how you call it. Buddhism is a much broader perspective. It's about you do good, great things will happen to all of us. It's that simple. You harm others, and all you do is plot to collect money from your followers, your believers. You are doing harm to the country. You're doing harm to the world. You're doing harm to your followers. Someday they wake up. Okay? And you have no place to go in the human realm, and you only are welcome in the demon realms. Okay, so we're not stuck by names. You do good, okay? Better things will happen. Okay? So I started, by not believing anything. And you do good, and you connect with the better and better things to improve yourself. That's all. So as far as Catholicism, why are they so strong? Christianity, why are they so strong? It's because of a good reason. Their leader, the Venerable Lord Chakra, is a very good salesman, and he cares for his followers. He really wants to take care of them. He looks at his sheep, at his followers. They call it sheep, right? The imagery doesn't fit my world. We get sheeps. Yes, sir.
Lambs.
Lambs. Oh, yeah, lambs.
Sheeps has different connotation.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Lambs. But that doesn't steal. In Asian culture, lamb is not a good concept.
From a Western perspective, it is a slippery slope. I agree, Master.
So anyway, so he really looked himself as a shepherd, really seriously. And he really wants to take care of his followers. Look himself like a father of his followers. Okay? And it works for people who need that kind of help, need that kind of comfort level. But then after a while, when children, they need that comforting thing, that nurturing environment. When we get older, they start, hey, man, I don't need you to, I need, they want all the stuff, okay? And so it's a natural evolution. You start with Christianity and you graduate to another thing. Eventually, the highest program you can enter is Buddhism. Okay. Yes, Korean YouTube.
Yeah, this comment came from Rujin. She helps JC to teaching yoga. Amitabha Master, I took refuge with Master last October, and many positive changes has occurred since then. One of most significant changes of my boyfriends who live with me. My boyfriend had been taking psychiatric medication for several years. His
For what?
spiritual-
Medication for what?
how I said, a mental issue. For a mental issue.
Okay.
So his spiritual obstruction was too severe, so I can't recite mantras at our home. However, after taking refuge with Master, I attend the temple on weekends, and I also began practicing reciting mantras and reciting Buddha's name and Great Compassion mantra at home. And also I can recite Shranga mantra also. Recently, my boyfriend managed to discontinue his medication. After 2 weeks stopping medication, he shows no signs of the previously evident depressive symptoms and seems to have regained a clear mind. Thank you, Master.
Wow, that's great news. See, each person's different. Usually, this is why, by the way, this is why we have a Tuesday night here in the U.S. Tuesday night mantra thing. It's for people who need some help with the mental illnesses. Okay, and they get a break for an hour and a half. Okay, to help them clear the head and restore balance for a short while. Okay, and so that's this lady here recites mantras at home, and she's able to do that. As a result, it helped the boyfriend. When you recite mantras, well, this lady is interesting, huh? Yoga, really? Oh. Anyway, when you recite mantras, 2 things happen. Number 1, you have some protection so that you're able to recite it. Okay, and so that's why receiving transmission of the mantras is very important. Okay, so that our people, our soldiers can protect you when you recite them. Okay, and number 2, and that gives you a chance to see the effects of the mantra. The mantras then apparently in this case here has been able to help her boyfriend, although I would not advise you to do that. Okay, you will get in trouble if you keep on meddling with other people's mental illnesses. It's not something you want to mess with. Okay, and so Yes, I'm glad. Thank you for the feedback. I'm glad it worked for you and your boyfriend, but be very careful. They come and go. Don't ever declare victory with these mental illnesses, okay? And because they will escalate so fast before you know it, and you'll be overwhelmed. They mobilize very, very fast. Okay? And so be extremely careful. All of you, please do not mess with mental illnesses. It's a big no-no. You will get in trouble. So be careful. In her case here, I'm glad that the boyfriend is getting better. It has to be careful and watch out. Okay? The first sign of trouble, get some help for the boyfriend. Yes, 3.
Just to add on that YouTube, the medication that he stopped was for the bipolar.
Be careful, that's all I can say. I've been dealing with mental illnesses, bipolar disorders. I dealt with a lot of people from the various levels of severities. Okay, be extremely careful. Okay, you don't want to mess with these folks. They're very powerful. Okay, even my own Sangha disciples who have Kung Fu not that high, not that low either, are still overwhelmed. And even the good ones are still struggle with it. Okay, so be humble, know your limitation. You don't want to mess with all these things, all these bipolar people. You're asking for trouble. Okay? Know your limitations. All right, yes, 7.
Thank you, Master. We have 2 questions on YouTube. The first question is from Sarah. Sarah asks, "Hi, Master. I am interested to hear from you regarding your viewpoint on Web3 and Bitcoin, specifically if it is the future and how that might benefit or harm our world."
I don't know enough about Bitcoin and those cryptocurrencies, right, in general. Yeah? I don't know enough. It's beyond my expertise and beyond my area of interest. It probably has its use, but so far it's made a lot of people a lot of money, and on the negative side, it helped a lot of bad actors launder the money as well. Okay, like North Korea, they what is it? They do things to your computer, and then they get paid in cryptocurrencies. Okay, and that's what they do. So it's always. So I don't know enough. Okay, but my view is that if it's productive, it's a good thing. Okay. Again, the concept here, what we are about, is to do good to society, and you'll be fine. If you pursue these things that are not beneficial to society, you will get in trouble. It's not worth it. Okay? I tell you a funny thing. You remember in the last financial disaster, the CD swaps, right? Help us out. That's all I can remember. 7.
Yeah, thank you, Master. The Big Short has a wonderful metaphor. It's like a Jenga game, and you had these credit default swaps that had AAA, AA, single A, and they would swap the ratings and then basically hide that they were selling you junk bonds behind a credit rating that was higher than it really was. During the 2008 financial crisis and the housing market crash.
Yeah, thank you. See,
So
my mind is kind of on first gear right now, so I can't remember.
The mortgages that were always considered to be AAA rated were in fact not good and not backed by someone who'd actually pay them.
So what they did is everyone knew that it's junk bonds. Those are bad stuff, okay? And so what the people like Goldman Sachs and Lehman Brothers and Solomon Brothers, what they did is we lumped them together, okay, to disguise the risk, key nature of that, and would sell it to the investors and they go up in line, okay? And the only way they could do it, I found it was so interesting to me, was that there was a guy who had a PhD in mathematics. And so he came up with mathematical reasoning to justify why it's a good thing. And that's why they were able to sell them and justify them to all these financial analysts and these. They are bright people, very bright people. They're not stupid. You cannot fool them. Okay? So they're able to justify their valuation by using this mathematical model that this guy devised, which is BS. Okay? And so I heard about that story, and I looked at the guy. Because everyone got in trouble. People made a lot of money and lost a lot of money and so forth. And so I said, I wonder, what happened to this guy? The father of this, the credit swaps, okay? The guy who made it happen, ultimately. Okay? So what happened to him was that he retired. He made his money, and they paid him for his consulting fees and so forth. He's worth about $10 million. He's retired. So he's out of the picture. All these people took advantage of his mathematical model to make a lot more money than he did. But he retired with about $10 million for his creation. And he's safe from it all. No one can touch him. He's just a mathematical model. It's not his fault, okay? And so he's safe, and he's retired, and he's stable. But guess what? He's severely depressed. Even if you have $100 million and you're severely depressed, most likely one day you kill yourself. So you think you got away with it? You don't. Trust me. You hurt a lot of people, you get hurt. The more people you hurt, you get hurt very quickly. Okay? You don't get away with it. Okay? That's what Buddha says when no one wants to listen. Buddha says, don't harm. Master Shinhua says, no fighting. I elaborate even more precisely for you. Do not harm others. Doesn't matter how bad they are. Don't harm them. It's not your business. You're not a judge. They will, the law of cause and effect will take care of it naturally. You don't have to do anything. Don't harm others. Okay? Because nothing good will happen to you. It's so fundamental to Buddhism. How do we get there again? Somebody asked a question. Yes. 7.
Thank you, Master. It was the first of 2 questions from YouTube.
Yes.
So that question was your perspective on Web3 and Bitcoin.
Okay, so let me try to finish it, my chain of thought. Thank you. So if it's productive, it will survive. Okay? If it's not productive, then it won't survive. Okay? So far, from what I've seen, a lot of the other Bitcoins like Dogecoin from Elon Musk. Okay, he supports that. And Binance from Chao, Mr. Chao, Taiwanese guy, right? Never mind. It's a con game. They, for example, the crypto arena we have here in a convent in the LA downtown convention center. So it's sponsored by Crypto.com or whatever. They hired Brady, sports celebrities, to pay them a lot of money and then help their bitcoins, the coins appreciate in value very fast because of the visibility. Okay, it's a con game. Like even Mr. Elon Musk endorsing Dogecoin because he has a lot of Dogecoins, and his one endorsement he made a few $1 billion overnight. So it's a game for rich people. They do things and they get out and make billions of dollars. They don't think the way we do. We small timers, we make 100,000, 100 million is nothing. These people, they make billions of dollars and they're gone. Be careful, okay? When it comes to your money, be very careful, okay? If it's too good to be true, it isn't true. I believe in the old hard work. Earn your money, earn through your hard work, through your contribution to society. That you can never lose. But these people up there, they manipulate markets and stuff. Okay, I'm not into conspiracy theories and so forth. It's just the way I witness these people. They are too bright, and they just tweak things here and there, and they make a few $1 billion easily. They have the power. Like Mr. Trump, all he has to do is say, I've been, wrong, and this is not America anymore. Help me, save America. And he gets hundreds of $1 million, $10 million in contribution. Watch out, because all these messages behind it ends with, please make a donation, please subscribe. Oh, wait. Yes, sir. 7.
Thank you, Master. Point of clarification. Subscription does not cost money, but joining a YouTube channel comes with a cost usually. And that's different than super thanks. The two that I just mentioned, we don't have turned on.
I see. Oh, okay. Why don't we turn on so that we make some money for a change? Anyway. Okay? Be careful, folks. Okay? If whatever they say, whatever they do ends up with please contribute, watch out. It's a scam. Especially from monks and nuns like us. We're supposed to be poor. Okay? Yes, 7.
Thank you, Master. The second question from YouTube is from Narcan's Wildlife Prevention and Recovery Centers. Narcan's asks, why call Buddhism the highest thing when original Buddha said, do what works to relieve suffering in this life?
When I say highest thing is the highest level wisdom that you can attain. The highest being that you can reach. Okay? I say it because of the track record, not because it's a sales pitch or it's just daydreaming. We have a track record of the people who practice Buddhism and they reach pretty high level, and so that they're able to make a difference in the world. If that's important to you, and think about it. I'm not saying you have to do Buddhism. If you find whatever works for you, go to Princeton, go to Yale and learn your trade and do good. And if you one day you find that you got limited, you got Oxford and so forth, and you reach your limitations, and you need a way to extend yourself, okay, improve. Try something else. Try spiritual world. Try all the various things, and ultimately, when you run into limitations, try another one and try another one. And I'm telling you, okay, that eventually you will find that Buddhism is the kinds of practice that will take you the farthest, okay, and that will free you from your own limitations. That's why it's the highest that you can be, highest level that you can be, the highest achievement that you can reach for yourself, okay? And I'm grateful for you tuning in and asking the question. You may not believe me, but the fact you give me a chance to talk about this is already planted the seeds for you to reach that level in the future. All of you, now or in the future, who turn on that thing, Dharma glimpse, whatever you want to call it, okay? And you hear this, okay? You, in the future, the fact that because you heard this, would plant the seeds of wisdom and will make you curious. As long as you're not satisfied with what you have, and you feel you can be better, Buddhism can make it happen for you. I challenge you, I encourage you to try everything else. We don't feel threatened, we're not worried. Okay? Thank you for the question. Yes, Korean YouTube?
Yes, comment from the Rujin, the yoga teacher. She said, actually, I haven't intervened in his issues, and I have focused on my practice only, but these changes has occurred. I will be careful.
Yeah, I'm glad. Let me clarify for you. It's very important for you to practice mind your business. Don't try to use these mantras to help people. Absolutely not. You are picking a fight with these beings who are extremely dangerous. So, and you're not skilled enough. Okay, and if you mess with them prematurely, you get in big trouble that you cannot recover, and I will not help you. Okay? Because I warned you already, do not mess with these beings. Do it for yourself. That's it. That's all. Okay? If your boyfriend benefits from it, fine. Good for him. But don't come home and say, I'm going to recite a mantra to help my boyfriend. You'll be in big trouble. Mind your business, please. You are not strong enough to handle it. Okay? Yes, 7.
Thank you, Master. I have a follow-up question. So I know hypotheticals have come up. If the Korean sarang, if she marries her boyfriend and he takes refuge and then they chant the mantras together, is that okay?
They can do it, but it's just we transmit these things for you to practice, to help your practice, and help you develop knowledge and tools and skills for down the road. Right now, you may have a little bit of effectiveness, but it's still nothing yet. So if you try to wield that hammer prematurely, okay, they will come and cut your head off because you're going to become a danger to them down the road. That's what is dangerous for you is that when you do it prematurely, you announce yourself before you're able to defend yourself. That's why stay low key. Okay? So you practice for yourself, fine. It's a good thing. Okay? This is why we're teaching you these things and sending our people to give you protection to practice for yourself only. But don't meddle with other people's business. You are not. You can't handle it. You can't handle it. Okay? Yes, Karin, YouTube.
Yeah, she comments again. Okay, Master, I will hold my two arms. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Go on, Korean YouTube. No more. Okay. It's cool, folks. Keep, be humble. It takes a while before you're able to become skilled. And not just not enough, but you also need to have the wisdom how to use these skills as well. So it's a lot more comprehensive training than you're aware of. Yes, 7.
Master, I wanted to get some more of your thoughts regarding investing and trading. As I do cryptocurrency trading, and I do think that it has the potential to bring in more greed and fear with the movements of the market. But I sometimes tell myself I could stabilize myself, and I'm not so much bothered by it as a few years back. Mm-hmm. Would you suggest people to make money through that kind of ways, or you think it's not good for spiritual progress?
It's a rather stressful thing to do trading, whether it's in stocks or in currencies or commodities and so forth. Okay, it's very stressful. I can imagine, because you can lose a lot of money very quickly, and there's nothing you can do about it. Or you can make a lot of money very quickly too. Okay, and in general, nowadays the bigger firms, they have computers, trading programs. Okay, they manipulate. They go so fast. I read somewhere an article once where they, because all the trade requests, orders have been relayed from the trading floor back to the computer. So there is a transmission delay, yes? Could be split seconds. So there come some people who said, this is an awfully long time. So what they did is they invested into some supercomputers and they intercepted right away so that they have about even a split second of an edge. And for that difference there, they can make a lot of money. It's perfectly legal. So I'm amazed by these big thinkers. Okay, I see the market is very efficient. People will always come up with things to make it, to make money so fast, so creative ways. For us small timers, when we deal with the things, small things like that, for these guys, it's surefire. They cannot lose. Okay, yeah. And for us here, we risk a big amount of money that's our hard-earned money on something. Okay. And it's very stressful, I can imagine. Okay, so it's a tough thing to do. Number one, that's my point. We're fighting against the big guys, and the odds are against us. And I am a believer in market efficiency. That's how I learned my finance. In finance school, market's efficient. Yes, the inefficiency that happen here are addressed by the market very quickly, fixed by very quickly. And you expect to make money off the inefficiency of the market, you can't do it consistently. Okay, very difficult, number one. Number two, ultimately, this is what most people don't understand. Ultimately, money, the profit you're making, is simply a physical manifestation of your blessings. Your jobs, sir, your house, your car, is basically manifestations of your blessings. Without blessings, there's no house, there's no car, no wife, no trophies, no trophy wives, I mean. Okay? You got that? So in Buddhism, after I learned that, after I cultivated Buddhism, I said, wow, this is so fascinating. Before, in my world, we were proud of the fact that we can go to school, learn the skills, okay, and make money using our brains, okay? After I studied Buddhism, I realized that those are just the conditions for us to make money. But the bottom line is that you can be very smart. You can be very lucky, okay? But all those are simply conditions. The bottom line is that unless you have blessings, you cannot draw out. Okay? Let me give you the analogy. You have money that you put in a big bank. That's your money. That's called blessings. Okay? Now, when you want to spend it, and then we're talking about simplify the world by cash society only. Now you have to go and withdraw the money to be able to spend it. Yes? Okay? And so, unless you have the money in the bank, you cannot withdraw it. So, the education, all the smarts, this simply means devices, schemes for you to withdraw the money. That's all. But you must have it first, sir. That's the Buddhist viewpoint. So that's why, for us monks, for example, what we do is we accrue blessing. We teach you to accrue blessings. Okay? Your blessings are there for you, with you forever. You help someone, you create blessings. That blessing is yours. No one can touch it. You do more good in the world. You create blessings for yourself that even your wife can't touch. We don't need no prenup. No need. It's yours. It's that secure it is. How secure it is. Okay? And so that's what we teach you to do. Create blessings by doing good, by helping others, by being a good person. You create tremendous amount of blessings. You meditate here during a chanchi, you're creating tremendous amount of blessing because you're not doing anything evil. That's how wonderful it is. You just do the good thing, recite mantras, recite Buddha's name, meditate there, go follow your breathing. You're creating an awful amount of blessings for yourself. That's yours. Okay? It's there. That's your assets. Now, if you want to become rich, then you need conditions for you to be able to withdraw. That's all. So you need that ATM, you need a bank branch where you can go and physically withdraw the money for you to utilize it. Okay? So the bank branches, the ATMs and so forth, or the terminals at your retailers and so forth, basically they are conditions for you to withdraw your blessings, sir. That's all. So just do good, and the good things will happen to you very simply. Okay, I'm not saying that now you have the blessing, you just lie down and do nothing and wait for the apple to fall into your mouth. You have to do good. So instead of worrying about, so that's why when you get a job, when you do something to make money, please keep that in mind. Is it contributing to society or is it harming society? Is good for society what you do? Then you are withdrawing your good blessings. If it's bad for society, please don't do that. It's no good for you. Ultimately, like that guy who's worth $10 million for writing a bogus mathematical formula to justify the CD swaps. And he's a shadow, his form, he's just miserable. Okay? And so if you feel you can do that and you're fun, so forth, don't forget that the principal thing is that it's manifestations of your blessings. Okay? If you have blessings, yes, you make a lot of money. When you don't, your blessings run out, you lose money. That's our Buddhist perspective. Yes, sir, 7.
Thank you, Master. We have several questions coming in.
Oh no, now we don't talk about Chan anymore. We talk about money, and now there's 7 questions.
I know we only have a short amount of time left, so I will try to read this quickly. And I apologize for my pronunciation. I believe this is Vietnamese. Question from To Hugh. Master, would you please tell me why I feel itching all over after sitting in full lotus? What can I do?
Continue to sit. The itch is the toxins coming to your skin surface. You keep on sitting longer and longer, it will disappear. Next. It's a good thing. Don't be afraid.
Thank you, and I appreciate the YouTube comments who are helping To see the longer discussion about this in a previous Dharma talk as well. Next question is from Robin's Nest. Robin's Nest asks, Master, I am to understand that it is still okay to pray for others and dedicate the merits of our practice towards them, right? If someone is being plagued by entities, should I let them be?
Depends who that person is. If someone like it's your mother, then you definitely need to pray for your mother. If it's someone like your boyfriend, I would not. Okay? If your family, close family members, I feel that it's reasonable for you to try to help. What kind of son are you when you see your mother in trouble, you don't help? Then Buddhism is not for you. You're not Buddhist. Okay? But for people that you are really don't have that kind of close relationship, please stay away. You can help by other means because you're not strong enough to help others yet. Okay? You can help, but not by yourself. But the exception is when it's your close family members, okay? Then I feel part of your relationship, part of your growth, personal growth, is to be willing to suffer for them. And so try to help, and if it doesn't work, you will learn other ways to help as well. Yes, 7.
Thank you, Master. And to the question about itchiness, To says, thank you, Amitofo. Last question from Jihong Chao. Jihong asks, Master, You talked about bodhisattvas are all in echelons of our world. Are in all echelons of our world.
Yes.
Henry Kissinger passed away at home at the age of 100. Can we ask about his level?
No, I don't care to mention about his level. He's certainly not a bodhisattva. That's all I can tell you. Okay? It's none of our business. Why do you have to look at people's level? So we so all days, level there, level there, who level there? What for? Are we trying to impress people? Zihong? None of our business, none of your business, okay? You can tell that Mr. Kissinger is an intellectual, right? He thinks too much. He only impresses the intellectuals, but he doesn't impress people like us. Okay? The intellectuals are limited. I'm sorry. Your thinking mind is too limited. And one day when you wake up to that fact, you can learn to be free, your thinking mind, you see how powerful your true mind is. How much more fun, how much more effective, how much more impressive it is. Okay, we stop here tonight. Thank you, everyone. As usual, we gossip every single night, huh? I promise. One of these nights we learn about Chan, huh? Okay, continue, everyone. Thank you.